weekend all. Ira Epstein with your Spider ETF stock market wrap-up. And this is for the weekend of Friday, the 27th of September, 2024. So it's your weekend edition, and we'll be looking at weekend charts. Now, for the news of the day, maybe we should take a look at that's coming up right here. In the news, you're going to get the September Chicago PMI on Monday morning. They're expecting a little improvement up to 46.7 from 46.1. The Dallas Federal Reserve Bank's going to offer their regional manufacturing outlook. The prior number was a negative 9.7. I doubt it's going positive. I'd like to be surprised, but we just keep seeing that the markets haven't yet. Now, sooner or later, these cuts in interest rates will help. Maybe the market will surprise us. Baker Hughes, well, they lost another rig, so they're 36 less than a year ago. Believe it or not, the fiscal year for the United States ends on Monday, so you've got to look at that. Now, I know a lot of you wondered where I'm at on this special report that I promised, and I did it this afternoon. That way you get to look at it through today, you'll get the weekend, Monday and Tuesday. Then it's gone. This is a long report, so I want to tell you. It's one of my longer ones. I covered silver, SIL, SLV. You're going to get trend and chart analysis. You're going to get seasonals. You're going to get commentary all the way through this one. You're going to see in the seasonals, take you into the presidential election in a certain way, and then out of it, what happens with the market. You know, the impact of world events, you know, Israel's just fully at war with Hezbollah right now. And we know that the world events, the biggest one that you have to look at in the metal markets is China has come to the table. The U.S. was a week ago. We did our 50-point cut, and now the bazookas came from China. So you go to iraepstein.com, and on the very top left of the website, you can't miss it, you will see right then and there, what? Silver metal report. Give it a click, and away you go. Could it be easier? If that's too difficult, if you're on a PC, move your move your cursor up. You'll see an icon, give it a click. But it's iraepstein.com. All right. So, what a week it was. And this is a week where stock indices rallied like mad. It's the week after a cut. You saw yields go up, though, right across the board. The whole curve yield just kept everything coming up. And today, you finally, in futures, seem to have found an attempt at a trading bottom. And it was the buy the rumor, sell the fact. In the metal markets, you can see that they're backing off a little bit. Well, they've gotten up so high off of what China and all did, it's not a surprise to see a little back off. But I don't think this is going to last. In the dollar, I'm waiting for a bounce to come into the dollar now. And by the way, in futures, I had my clients short this whole move. Now I'm waiting for a bounce, and I think you have to sell the market on that. I don't think the dollar's through. TLT and BND came alive today. You'll say, well, not a lot. These markets don't move a real lot. So this is a pretty good move for what they've been doing. NVIDIA, how many times did I mention yesterday and day before? 126 is a resistance zone. This is a market that's come alive, and that's MCHI. It's been on a run recently, and that's the Chinese numbers, and they have done well. So let's take a look. And I decided to do Wynn Resorts. Now, you know, I could have easily gone with Las Vegas Sands. There was a bunch I could have gone with, but I like staying at the Wynn, so I figured I'd do that. And I am not a big gambler in Vegas. This is all the gambling you need in life. That's what you're doing. Vegas for me is fine dining and going to shows. I swear to you, I'm just not a big gambler there. Higher lows, higher highs, and up and away you go. Now, this is the dramatic move. You know what this is. You're up 22% this week. What the heck do you think it is? CHINA. China threw the bazooka at the market, and with that, not only do you have China, but you know, they're opening in Abu Dhabi. They're becoming truly global in their approach. They're looking for more venues for the gambling. So I've had my eye on this company, but you couldn't have come in here. I mean, if you bought it, it was catching, a hot knife, falling butter, you know, that whole thing, whatever you go. But when you look at the swing line, There was something that told you can't be short anymore. You know what it is? Walk you right into it. And here we go. You suddenly, this week, and this was the 13th, 2 weeks ago, you broke the pattern and you changed to higher lows, higher highs. Follow me on the next week. You certainly had it this week, and this was the week of the 20th. But that's a reason to not be short. It was not a buy signal. Yes, the swing line turned bullish, but I'll show you what I mean. Where were the key moving averages becomes the next part. They were down here. So if I back off with you, let's see if I can get it to do it. Yeah, there we go. This will work. Here we go. That was the reason not to be short, and the first goal would be back here. If the market went up, it would be here, but why would it do that, all right? You know, I certainly didn't know what China would do. China's fought this whole thing all the way through. Agreed? I hope you do agree, because that's what's going on, and this is what you did. Now, you have cleared on the first run. The 200, the 100-day average, the 200's in gray. Where's the Bollinger Band? Right here. I think the professional money's coming out up here, and I think the look on breaks to be the buyer. If you think it's just going to keep running, you're entitled to your opinion. Why not say 130, 120? It could go there. I mean, you know, once China comes back into the game, why not? Those are the objectives I have longer term, but I don't think it's on this part of it. Is the market overbought? It will be when we reopen on Monday morning. That's just the way the momentum's going to work. I'll be shocked if it's not. But I look for pullbacks as the opportunity in this. In Amazon, I have been wanting to see a pullback to the 18-day average every day. And we might get it finally. And I do think that, you know, I want to start thinking you've got your Prime Days coming up, you got Thanksgiving shopping, you begin for Christmas, you got the Christmas season. I don't see a big rally, so I don't think that's built into the market in a major way. In RSP, we have been running against the upper Bollinger Band embedded. Pullbacks in the market are still going to be bought until you lose the embedded reading. Embedded is when the red and the blue lines are going over 80. This is not the case, and they lock in. This market, RH, has not been able to do that. It did it once back here, and it immediately peaked out. Once you get back under this number, you've lost that momentum, and that's exactly what occurred in that particular case. Could it keep going? It could, but I think it's going to run out of steam. It's overbought. It's at the Bollinger Band. I do look for a bullish configuration to come in here with the 18-week average getting over the 100. So I think that's the zone that the market's going to find professional buyers waiting for the market on. And why do we like that? Because with interest rates falling and the cutting cycle having begun, sooner rather than later, Christmas season, people, let's get a sofa, honey. Let's get that. Spring comes next year. Oh, we got to do more. Well, this market won't wait for that. They're well positioned to be many things. CrowdStrike, as I said on the daily charts, I'm looking for this chart to run into a bit of problems here. It is down for the week nearly 5%. So it's done what I thought. This rally should peak out there temporarily, but let it gain a little momentum, and once it pops through this, watch out. This market can go back to where it was before their problems came out. Nothing wrong with this company, and as I said, 95% according to them and the client stayed with them. These are good things. Yeah, we'll see in earnings they had to reduce subscriptions or do certain things. Okay, but you're not even hearing the big boy Delta screaming right now. It's not, at least they're not making the news with it. Meta, this has become a AI stock that has just taken over on everything, a performer. And it is a powerhouse. Now, it is overbought. It's into the Bollinger Band, but on pullbacks, I'm doing this, licking the chops, because I don't think this is anywhere near its run over. I think they've just got everything going right. Hard to believe. Remember that nobody believed in Zuckerberg and all? It's crazy. Okay. Higher lows, higher highs. Look where you're stopping. 200-day average and the Bollinger Band. This happened back here. This is just a retest. Now, you're overbought. Do I want to own that? Not yet. Not yet. First of all, Are the lower rates helping the banks or hurting the banks? Got to think that one through in the short term. MCHI, up 19.5%. What did I say? China, 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 China. And that's what it is. Now, is it ahead of itself? Probably. Could this be looked at as a base? Yeah. Should the market get back under these lows anytime soon? No. If it does, you got to go back and recheck everything. Why is that happening? If they've done all these things, they're going to do more. So I don't think you're going back under there. Could it happen? Of course. Just because I think it doesn't mean I'm right, but that's my guess. XLI, this market is latched on to the upper Bollinger Band, but it's not embedded. So it's just not a place that I want. Now, here's the interesting thing. This is a market on the come. What do I mean by that? You can't tell me that industry, the manufacturing data we're all seeing is on fire. It hasn't been. So this is because of interest rates, and the market is putting value into that way ahead of time. It's probably getting a bit overpriced. I'd be very careful. On the energy sector, okay. So we heard the Saudis come back and give their idea. In the U.S., can you make money at $70 a barrel? You know you can. Will we see the energy czar, while she still has her job, buy more oil? I don't know. Biden hasn't turned his attention. He's been a heck of a trader, so I'm hoping they do, but we'll see. But remember, these are the refinery companies and the like. This isn't the pure oil play. In the dollar, lower highs, lower lows. I'm bearish, as you've heard, but I'd like to get a rally in the market to sell from. If not, it's okay. I do think before it's all said and done, you're probably going to be in this area before long, because I don't see what supports the dollar at the beginning of the rate cutting cycle. I see it later, but not at the beginning. In the gold market, up, up, and away. Now, we are embedded. So pullbacks in the market. I was hoping we'd get in my gold report a pullback. Silver is doing much more of what I thought, and that silver report is out today. Then we come to the copper. Well, first off, in hindsight, big word, when we got down to the 100-day average and the Bollinger Band, the first one was right here. I said, I think the pros are coming out of shorts. You don't believe me? All of those videos are out there. There's nothing better than the video that's out there, right? Go look at it for that point in time. I didn't say buy, I admit that. Coming out of shorts is very different than going long. I wish I had said you always got to be in the market. If you're not short, you should be long. I don't believe in that. But the market bottomed out at that point. So it's time to look at silver. Hard. So go to iraepstein.com, and on top left you'll see it's listed right at the top, the silver report. Give it a click. You can also move your cursor up here. You'll see an icon. Give that a click. And with that, let's click away, and I'll see you all come Monday morning. Have a great weekend.